just, beginning of SEC play, just how excited are you? How excited is the team to get the conference slate started in Oxford?
I think we're really excited. I think that when you start the SEC season, there's like this feeling of kind of the start of like almost your second season a little bit. It's a different pace with having 3 games a weekend instead of 5. So you're prepping for one. It's very intense prep for one opponent as opposed to 3 opponents, 5 opponents. So it's just a very different change of pace. And I think there's a lot of excitement with it. I think with this team, though, I think they're excited anytime to take the field. So I don't know that they're going to be more geared up for it being a conference game. I think they're just pretty excited to take the field together, no matter who we're playing. So this, but there is a level of excitement getting into the SEC play for sure.
And then just the way you guys are taking care of business with all of the run roll victories, just how impressive to you has that been, the way the team has handled its business so far this season in that regard?
Yeah, it's been really impressive of just their consistency throughout the season. On the offensive side, on the defensive side, and the circle, all of those facets. There's all things are working really well, and I don't think we're at our best in any area necessarily. So I think that's the thing that is more impressive about this group is just always understanding that although we've done a good job, there's still more for us to do. There's still, more plays we can get more outs on, not letting them get extra 60, attacking the zone a little bit better from the circle, or, taking advantage of hitters counts. There's just so many things that we still have out there for us to work towards. And they've had a good amount of success so far, but their successes come more in their consistency and their approach, more than anything else. So yeah, I'm really proud of them. It's hard to win. It keeps getting harder and harder. So for them to put this record together thus far, it's very impressive, and we still have a lot out ahead of us.
I might hop in a little bit later, but I'll hop back for now.
Okay.
Dudley?
Hey, Coach, what have you seen out of Ole Miss, and what kind of team do they have this year?
Well, I think you see out of Ole Miss a team that's playing really confidently right now. They're on a 13-game win streak. And in those 13 games, they are producing a lot of runs. They're holding down other offenses. And so they have a combination that, a pitching staff that really holds offenses, and they're generating more runs than they have. So I think it's a team that's playing really well and playing confidently, and a team that's kind of used to winning, obviously, on a 13-game win streak. So they're going to demand our best. It's obviously a road matchup, which we've liked in the past. Hopefully, this team has that same makeup, but it's going to be a battle. We expect that in this conference.
Yeah, I also was going to ask, obviously y'all been on the road so much, maybe not in hostile territory, but does that help when you're going to, open the season like this, or at least open the league season?
I don't know what helps. I don't know. I think for us, it's just focusing on, just doing our job and focusing on staying consistent with, our approach in every area. And, you have to figure out how to win on the road. You have to figure out how to win at home. And so you have to have both of those tools. And so we'll see what we're made of on the road this year.
Like Hunter said that stat the other day about Courtney and Bree having more RBIs together than a lot of teams. Just talk about that those two right there and how they've just planted themselves in the middle of the lineup and been forces.
Yeah, I think they're quite a tag team. And I think that they thrive in that of just, what people are starting to call them or what they're doing, of just their collective being able to, support and protect each other in the lineup, I think is huge. Um, so I just have been impressed so far with their production. They're also the two that are the first things they're going to say is, we can't do this if everybody in front of us isn't doing their job or everyone behind them isn't doing their job. So I think that they understand that they're a big part of what we do, but it's not completely dependent on what they do. And I think there's a lot of freedom in that. So there's a really big sense of maturity from them. Um, just a ton of confidence, and then they make everyone around them more confident.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, Dudley.
Hey, Courtney. We were talking about Courtney and Bree right there, but what have you thought about the versatility of the entire lineup? It just seems like you'll have a lot of different types of hitters this year.
Yeah, we have a lot of different tools, different types of hitters. And I think what that creates is just production throughout the lineup. It's not relying on one bat or one type of way to manufacture runs. And so it's more than anything, they're just really hard to put away. And because it's someone different every day, and you have to have different tools to get them out, which is really great to see. I always look in terms of like, how do I get them out? Like, just being on the pitching side of things. And I think it's tough throughout of just the kind of hitters that we have and their mindset and their approach and what they do is so different, 1 to 2 to 3, really to like 13. So we're getting a ton of production 1 through 9, but we're also getting a ton of production with, the first few that come in pinch hitting roles. They're doing a tremendous job. And so I just really proud of them. Excited I don't have to pitch to them, really.
Um, this weekend seemed like just a really good weekend for Carly Davison. She just seeing the ball well, it seemed like. What have you seen from her, over the past week or so?
Well, she's a grinder. She is one of our hardest workers. And so she has just been grinding in the cages. But I think that what we've seen this past week is Carly just trusting the process and letting the game, play out and come back to her. She had some incredible at bats at Mary Nutter out in California. Some fell her way, some didn't fall her way, and some players can press and start getting out of themselves. And she stayed really level and even keel through all of it, knowing that, hey, I'm seeing it really well. I feel really good. Maybe it didn't fall for me today, but I'm not gonna change anything I'm doing. I'm gonna stay the course because that's what this game does. And so she just let the game come back to her this weekend and had some really, really great at bats. And then obviously she's just such an anchor on our defense. She does a really great job.
Last thing I'll ask is, I know Kaylee took that hard fall. It said she rolled her ankle. Is that getting better, or is it still in a lot of pain?
She'll be fine.
Good deal.
Yep.
I'll hop in and I'll hop in and ask just one more. You talked so much in the preseason just about how impressed you were with Ella, and when she talked the other day, she talked about how special it was playing at Bogle for the first time. Just now that we're 20 games into the season, how impressed have you been with the way that she's handled things and gone about her freshman season so far?
Oh, I've been really impressed. I think you can see in her personality on the field, in her approach, in her, just her focus pitch to pitch, that she's beyond her years that way of just really one of her biggest attributes is playing with passion and playing, just loving the sport and having this lightness to her that really just like throws lightness on everyone else around. And no matter what, like it's game day, she's gonna have a blast no matter what. And she's just such a huge student of the game. And so I've been really, really impressed with her ability to just stay consistently who she is. And even though there's a challenge, we've moved her in the lineup a little bit. She's playing third base. She's been a shortstop. She's also an exceptional shortstop. So just kind of handling anything we throw at her and just wanting to do what's absolutely best for the team, while also just staying consistent with her personality and just that lightness that she brings. It's huge.
Sorry, one more. That reminded me of something. Bree said in the preseason, she talked about, one of the reasons that she loves this program is you just encouraging all the players to be themselves. What have you learned about players like Ella, like Bree, letting them be themselves and encouraging them to have the personality and what ultimately makes them what they are on the field?
Well, I think we're more than anything, we're firm believers and you're your best when you get to authentically be you. And that's who we are. We're gonna do things a little differently. We're not for everybody. We get that too. But you're gonna get my best when I can just be me. And that's what we expect from our players too. It's just meeting them where they are and really getting to know who they are, what makes them tick, what encourages them, what motivates them, what, all of those things, because we ultimately just want them to be their best. And when they get to be them, and they're going to be comfortable and they're going to be confident, and we love them for that. And so I think that's more than anything is just the firm belief that you're at your best version when you get to authentically be you.